3 years ago, in front of all our friends, he laughed right in my face. Love-struck idiot? I was just killing time. Who'd ever be serious with you? I was so stunned I barely made it home. Tripped on the stairs, shattered my leg. Years later, I sent a wedding invitation to our class reunion. I'm getting married soon. Hope you'll all come celebrate. When the card reached Jason Jiang, he flicked it away and smirked. Who gave you permission to marry someone else? He had no clue. The groom listed on that invitation, sitting directly across from him at that exact moment. Cool, calm, and watching the whole show. No way the first one of us to get married is Sophia Shu. She used to be so sweet and obedient. Guess getting dumped means she'll take whoever's willing. I clutched the invitation tighter and ignored the whispers. Next month, I'd really love for you all to come. From start to finish, those icy eyes never left me once. I knew he'd show. Jason Jiang, my first love. Now a spoiled, powerful trust fund prince who thinks the world spins for him. I walked straight up and set the crimson and gold card in front of him, took every drop of courage I had, looked him dead in the eye, and said, Jason Jiang, you're cordially invited. He went silent. A long, long silence. Everyone held their breath. Our breakup had been legendary. Messy, public, brutal. He'd once humiliated me in front of half the school, calling me a pathetic, clingy fool. I'd been so devastated I missed a step, tumbled down concrete stairs, and shattered my leg. After that, I left the country for surgery and rehab. Lauren, the girl glued to his side, suddenly laughed. Soph, your leg all healed now? I hesitated, then shrugged. Still hurts when it rains. Truth? It was way worse. The joint was permanently damaged. She looped her arm through Jason's and smiled like honey. Sorry about that. Let me apologize for him. My fingers nearly tore the card in half. For him? She giggled behind her hand. Didn't anyone tell you? We're getting married. I'm pretty lucky, right? I just stood there, not sure whether to laugh or scream. Lauren, my former best friend, the one person who knew every secret I had. And now, it's old news, Soph. Just hand him the invite. Everyone tried to smooth the tension. Then Jason reached out and slapped the card out of my hand. Smirk sharp enough to cut. Who gave you permission to marry someone else? The room went dead quiet. Even Lauren's smile faltered. My brain blanked. The words slipped out. Why the hell can't I get married? After years of being his punching bag, wasn't that enough? Jason laughed softly, voice dripping fake sweetness. A dog I threw away doesn't get to find a new owner. You really think you can? Jason? A low, lazy voice from the head of the table. In the frozen silence, it rang like a gavel. Victor Shen lifted his gaze. Enough. One word. Game over. No one dared argue. The man was leagues above Jason, colder, richer, untouchable. Back in college, he'd already been the Ice King genius nobody could reach. After graduation, he only existed on Forbes lists and financial news. Jason and Victor had always been on decent terms, so Jason backed off. He just snatched my invitation, opened it, and raised a brow. Victor, funny? The groom's last name is Shen, too. Can't wait to meet this guy. Name on the card, Vincent Shen. Victor sipped his wine and smiled faintly. What a coincidence. Victor didn't stay long. One phone call and he was gone. A man that busy showing up at all was already a miracle. I made an excuse and followed him out. At the entrance, the driver already had the Rolls-Royce door open. Mr. Shen! I jogged after him, breathless. He stopped, turned. Under the streetlights, his face looked carved from ice. Thank you for tonight. No need. Flat. Indifferent. We're getting married. You can announce it whenever you want. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. The day I flew back to River City, I was alone and broke. By pure chance, I rear-ended Victor Shen's car. First thing he ever said to me, back for Jason Jiang? I laughed, bitter. He's engaged. Victor shrugged. With his control freak personality, good luck surviving this city. Then, casual as hell, I need a fake fiancé to get my family off my back. Interested? I still don't know why I said yes. I never figured out what he really wanted from me. I never dared use his name to throw my weight around. I just wanted to live quietly. Vincent Shen was an old alias he'd once put in the family registry. Almost nobody knew. Sorry for dragging you into this tonight. He stared at me for a long moment. Finally, text me when you get home. I went back inside, got cornered by old classmates, and lost track of time. By 8, the sky cracked open and poured. We all ended up stuck at the hotel. Done already? Victor texted, short classic him. Stuck here, staying the night. Long pause. Send your room number. Sleep if you're tired. I sent it and burrowed under the covers. Pure coincidence or not, Jason and Lauren's room was right next door. Walls thin as paper. Lauren's laughter leaked through like poison. As if she wanted me to hear every word, she raised her voice. Jason, remember her birthday? We were right next door. Shut up. Too loud. Jason's voice, low, irritated, exhausted. I went rigid. Suddenly I was back to our first year together. My birthday. Past midnight, he vanished. Lauren went MIA too. Nausea hit hard. My eyes burned. I wasn't sure how much I still loved Jason Jiang. I'd just given him my entire youth. And he turned me into a punchline. The noises next door got worse, deliberately loud. Then my door clicked open. A tall silhouette stretched across the carpet. Cold air rushed in. Tears already on my cheeks, I looked up. Mr. Shen, why are you here? Victor glanced at me. Security shit. I wasn't comfortable. Maybe it was my imagination, but he seemed pissed tonight. Ice radiated off him. Next door went dead silent. He looked me over slowly. You okay? Huh? I can get you another room. I waved my hands. No, it's late. You have work tomorrow. I only realized after I said it that I'd booked a king bed. And the way I'd yanked the covers back earlier looked a hell of a lot like an invitation. Awkward didn't begin to cover it. His gaze flicked to my bare legs, then away fast. He dialed his assistant. Book another. Lauren shrieked next door again, louder. Something snapped. I grabbed the hem of Victor's jacket. It's fine. Just stay. His eyes darkened instantly. Dangerous. My face caught fire. Did that sound as desperate as I think it did? Sorry, I didn't mean. It's fine. He hung up. Shower first? Bam! A crash next door. Lauren screamed. My phone buzzed. Jason calling. I ignored it. Then a text lit the screen. Sophia Shu, 3 minutes. Get out here. Victor's lips curved into a cold, lethal smile. Popular tonight. Before I could answer, he stood, stripped off his watch, rolled up his sleeves. I stammered. What are you doing? That familiar, cool cedar scent flooded over me. You invited me first? I'm just accepting. My heart tried to punch through my ribs. We were way too close. Close enough I could count his lashes. Will it be loud? He asked, voice low. Huh? My whisper barely qualified as sound. Victor smiled, slow, wicked. Your voice is a lot sexier than hers. Realization hit. On reflex, I let out a stiff, ridiculous noise, but it made him laugh, like I'd just earned a gold star. Then Jason's voice through the wall, barely controlled rage. Sophia Shu, pick up the damn phone. Victor's smirk sharpened. He grabbed my phone, answered, and said calmly, she's in the shower. Century-long silence. Jason finally, Vincent Shen? That's me. Jason laughed, cold, ugly. Want to die? I'll happily arrange it. Victor brushed an imaginary speck off my cheek. Big threat. Hope you move faster than you surrender. A loud crash next door. Then nothing. I suddenly realized what I just started. I scooted back fast. I'm sleepy. Night. Rolled to the edge of the massive bed, leaving half empty. The charged air vanished. Victor stared at the dent in the sheets like it personally offended him. Only sound, rain against glass. I closed my eyes, heart still sprinting, memories flooded in, the first time I ever saw Victor Shen. I was still chasing Jason like a fool. University Arts Festival. I performed a classical dance on stage. Victor got dragged there by Jason. Front row. His eyes never once landed on me, cold as a glacier. Later, whenever I trailed after Jason, I'd bump into Victor. We exchanged maybe 10 sentences total in 4 years. I never dreamed one day we'd share a bed. I sighed. Can't sleep? His voice pulled me back. I opened my eyes. He was propped on an elbow, bedside lamp carving sharp shadows across his face. Same untouchable ice king I remembered. I clutched the blanket. Mr. Shen, why me? He looked at me with those pale eyes. Why not you? To me, anyone works. Someone I already know is just more convenient. Oh. I scratched my head. Life's weird, huh? Victor's mouth curved. Didn't expect us to end up married? I nodded. Yeah. He stared a long beat. Sophia Shu, I don't do things I can't predict. My phone buzzed, his assistant. Victor glanced at the clock. 1 a.m. Fine, pick me up and bring a heating pad. My heart stuttered. How did he know my knee kills me every time it rains? You don't have to. It's nothing. He tucked the blanket around me. Driver will get you tomorrow. Try to stay away from Jason. I can handle. The driver called again, urgent. Victor paused, then gave in. Anything feels off, call me. Okay. He left. A hotel robot delivered the heating pad. Rain pounded until dawn. I barely slept. Up before 6, sky the color of ash. I gritted my teeth, forced my screaming knee into jeans, and limped to the hospital for a checkup. Waiting for the elevator, someone stepped behind me, cigarette smoke and mint. Even blind, I'd know that scent. Neither of us spoke, tension thick enough to choke on. Finally, Jason, mocking, "Slept with him?" I kept my eyes on the elevator numbers. "Yeah, and he's got way more stamina than you." His face went thunder dark. "You know who owns this hotel?" He grabbed my wrist, forced me to face him. "Vincent Shen." "One phone call, and I'll know exactly who your little Vincent Shen is." 3 days, tops. He leaned in, voice venomous. "If I kill your fiancé, will you cry?" I met his stare. "You're the one who toyed with me." "What's wrong with me moving on?" He laughed, bitter. "You think you get to judge me? When you took my family's money, you were silent." I went cold. "Money? 20 grand. Direct transfer. Want me to shove the proof in your face?" 20 grand. Only one transfer that size. The graduation scholarship Lauren helped me apply for. I said calmly, that was a scholarship Lauren applied for on my behalf. Jason looked at me like I was dirt. "You know what I hate most about you?" He flung my hand away and stepped into the elevator. "You lie, and you never learn." Doors closed. I stood frozen. Right before graduation, Lauren had come running. "Soft, they're picking outstanding graduates. I signed you up." We'd been roommates forever. Sharing forms was normal. 2 weeks later, money's in your account. 20 grand. Then the accident. I never even checked the recipient list. I texted Lauren, "That scholarship you applied for, was it real?" Instant reply, "What are you talking about? I never applied for anything for you." "Miss Shu, I'm sorry. With your current damage, you'll never dance professionally again." I lost count of how many doctors delivered that death sentence. Walking out, rain misted the air. A classmate texted, "She said it to your face. No recording, no proof. You know how it works." Yeah. I stood under my umbrella while the city cried. The hurt rose, then turned to ash. A black rose cut through the rain and stopped in front of me. Window down. Victor Shen. Raindrops blurred the space between us. He said, calm as ever, "Get in." I hadn't expected him to come himself. He was always swamped. Even in the car he was answering emails. "What did the doctor say?" I forced brightness. "Oh, fine. Healing great." He glanced over once. "Something wrong?" He saw right through me. My fake smile cracked. I looked down so he wouldn't see my eyes. Nothing. "Sophia?" He closed the laptop. "Look at me." Silence. Then everything I'd bottled up exploded. "Victor? I can never dance again." My voice broke. "Everyone thinks I took money from Jason's family, but Lauren set me up. I only found out today. If it had ended clean, maybe the accident never happens. I could still be on stage." Victor stared at my pathetic attempt to stay strong. His eyes went arctic. "Someone framed you and you're okay with it?" I had no answer. Tears fell. "Sorry, not your fault." He was quiet a long time. "It's theirs." Raindrops raced down the glass. For the first time in forever, the day didn't feel like total garbage. At least one person believed me. Before he left, he said, "Don't worry about your leg. I'll find the best doctors." No need. Car glided away. Upstairs, an old classmate called, wanted to drop off hometown treats. I went down to meet her. She hopped out of a taxi, grinning. "Have you heard? Because of you and Jason, the class group is on fire." I frowned. "What now?" "They're betting you crawl back to him in 2 weeks." I laughed. "Seriously?" "Someone saw him fighting with Lauren. Definitely over you." "You really not going to talk to him?" "Actually, I needed to. Give the money back, and throw every insult he ever hurled right back in his face." I smiled at my friend. "I'll talk to him. Clear the air." She lit up. "Yes, just talk." I turned and froze. A black Rolls idled at the curb. "Victor?" He hadn't left. I waved my umbrella. "Victor?" The car pulled away. My friend peeked. "What?" I looked down. "Nothing." He didn't hear me. The next days flew by. New job, new city, trying to breathe. Then my boss dropped a bomb. Client meeting at Victor Shen's company. When I walked out of the conference room, there he was. I opened my mouth to say hi. His eyes slid past me like I was invisible. His assistant, though, smiled politely. "Miss Shu, President Shen asks you wait a moment." "Oh, sure." I watched him disappear, heart weirdly heavy. Late afternoon, the assistant returned. "Gala tonight. President Shen wants to know if you'd like to come. If you're tired, I'll drive you home." I kept my voice neutral. "I'll come." The venue was stunning. The second I stepped in, I saw Victor. He owned any room he entered. Across the crowd, our eyes locked for half a second. I was wearing a pale gold dress that fit like a dream. Low neckline, just enough to turn heads, sapphire necklace resting right at my collarbone. He looked, didn't move. Only when someone spoke to him did he turn away. I started toward him. Assistant blocked me. He hesitated. Miss Sue, President Shen overheard you say you wanted to get back with Mr. Jiang. It's your business, but maybe clear up the misunderstanding? He bolted after Victor before I could answer. Then I saw the Jiang Group banner. This was Jason's turf. Victor had brought me here on purpose. Realization hit. I needed to fix this. I hiked up my dress to chase him. Someone stepped in my path. Good evening, gorgeous. Middle-aged, pot-bellied, shark smile. Victor's second uncle. You've heard of me, right? Family. I nodded politely. Hello. He raised his glass, eyes stripping me. Beautiful and single? I took a step back. Sorry, I have plans. I walked off fast, turned a corner blocked again. Soph? Lauren? She looked me over, smug. That your fiancé just now? No. No wonder same last name. Gloating smile. That was Victor's second uncle. Word is he keeps a mistress. Guess that's you. Her voice carried. Whispers erupted. I looked at her, ice calm. Done? She looped arms with me like old times. Embarrassed now that I exposed you? 2 years you chased Jason. I was in his bed almost every night. He only dated you because I thought it was funny. Actually, the homewrecker was you. All the rage I'd swallowed finally exploded. I grabbed a glass of water and dumped it over her head. Crash. Silence. Lauren stood dripping, stunned, then shrieked. Are you insane? I smiled coldly. Calm yet? Plenty more where that came from. You, a brutal yank from behind, I slammed into the banquet table. Glass shattered. A shard sliced my ankle. Blood poured. Pain shot up my leg. I looked up into Jason's murderous eyes. Sophia Shu, have you lost your mind? His voice promised violence. You dare start shit on my territory? I yanked a bank card from my purse and whipped it at his face. Shut your mouth. You worship 20 grand of dirty money and brag about it? If I'd known Lauren stole it from your family, I'd have burned it. Lauren wailed. She's just a mistress. Jason frowned. Mistress? Lauren screamed. Her fiancé is Victor's second uncle. Jason's gaze flicked to me. Complicated. I pulled out my phone, smile razor sharp. Want to repeat that for the judge? Lauren shrank behind Jason. Enough. Jason sneered, pure disgust. You make me sick. Who makes you sick? Low, lethal voice from behind the crowd. People parted like the Red Sea. Victor Shen was back. I stood there, bleeding, furious, hair a mess. He took one look at my face and the temperature dropped 20 degrees. He walked straight to me. Softly, where are you hurt? I almost said nowhere, then remembered the assistant. My ankle hurts like hell. Who did it? I pointed. Him. Jason laughed, daring him. You really will screw anyone. Let's see you smile after I kill your sugar daddy. Victor walked toward Jason, picked up a bottle of red on the way. Jason thought he had backup. Right? You hate your uncle too. Smile died. Victor poured the entire bottle over Jason's head, slowly, deliberately, then used Jason's tie to wipe his hand. Voice arctic. Sorry, didn't catch that. You want to kill me? One sentence. Thunder and dead silence. I saw real fear on Jason's face for the first time. Lauren dropped his arm like it burned. Victor ignored her. Slipped an arm around my waist. We turned to leave. Jason found his voice. Victor Shen, you owe me an explanation. Victor didn't break stride. My wife already explained. You're blind. She's bleeding because of you. I haven't even started asking for my explanation. Jason choked. Don't let her fool you. I know women like Victor cut him off without turning. Sue me. We walked out. Night wind whipped through the car window. City lights blurred. I stole a glance at Victor driving in silence. He watched the road. Still hurt? Yeah, a little. He tapped the wheel. Hospital. No. I grabbed his sleeve. Just take me home. I was terrified I'd embarrassed him in front of everyone. He glanced over, nodded, and drove to my place. But when we arrived, he stopped at the door and didn't come in. Explaining now would be excruciating. I tried anyway. Want to come up for water? He stepped inside without a word and shut the door. Room plunged into darkness. I fumbled for the light, tripped. He caught me, instant cedar and warmth, his heartbeat thundering under my palm. Mr. Shen, I swallowed. Your heart's racing. I know. Low, rough. Can't help it. Silence thick enough to taste. Finally, I whispered, Are you mad at me? No. I was impulsive tonight. No. Perfect amount. But you. I looked up. I thought you didn't want to see me. He met my eyes. You're the one who wanted to explain things to Jason. I blinked. Huh? He repeated, slower. You wanted to talk to him. Realization hit. You think I want him back? He didn't answer. Didn't need to. I rushed. I just hate being misunderstood. I wanted to cut him off for good. He looked at me a long moment. Now you know. Voice soft. You and him? Never happening again. My pulse went wild. In that second, I was terrified I'd misread everything. Or that I was too confident. I clutched his shirt. What are you saying? He traced my face with his gaze. I like you. Boom. Brain short-circuited. Only 3 words left in the universe. I like you. Didn't expect us to get married? Sophia Sue, I never do anything I can't control. His phone rang. Jason again, like a curse. I snatched it and answered. Jason's voice spilled out. She's no good for you. That woman will do anything to... I stood on tiptoe and kissed Victor Shen. His hand tightened on my waist. Hot, breathless. The clock ticked like a metronome in the dark. Jason kept screaming. Victor clearly wasn't listening. He lifted me onto the dining table. Tie gone. Phone hit the floor. Rain hammered the windows. My voice turned to liquid. Am I seducing you right now? He looked at me, dark hungry. No, I'm seducing you. He kissed me again. Hard. The storm I started swallowed us both. He threaded our fingers tight. Phone still on speaker. Let him listen. Rain fell all night. Morning came. Victor left early. I sat in front of the mirror staring at the marks on my neck. Phone lit up. Victor, awake? Me morning? Lunch? I had a meeting near his office anyway. Agreed instantly. Changed fast. Opened the door. Jason Jiang stood there, eyes bloodshot. Cigarette butts carpeted the hall. He'd waited all night. He staggered forward. Sophia? I tried to slam the door. Too late. He blocked it. One hand on the frame, staring like a madman. I know what you're doing. You're only with my cousin for revenge. Aim at me. Leave Victor out of it. Delusional. I laughed in his face. Get lost. We're done. His voice cracked. That's not your call. You think giving money back ends it? He threw a black card at my feet. Enough to keep you forever. Pick it up. We go back to how things were. Hallway lights cut out. Darkness. I couldn't see his face. Didn't need to. I kicked him square in the knee. He crumpled. I crouched. Hurts? Nowhere near what you did to me. I'm over you. Stop humiliating yourself. I walked away. His voice chased me down the stairs. You think Victor's better? I spun and screamed. He lasts way longer. Didn't wait to see his face. Flew down the last steps and crashed right into Victor Shen. He'd heard everything. My bravado evaporated. He looked at me calmly. Get in the car. Ice. Completely different from last night's warmth. I followed like a scolded kid. Near the car, I tugged his sleeve. He stopped. What? Tiny voice. I didn't mean it like that. He lifted a brow. Which part? Even smaller. I was just pissing him off. Victor looked at me, then laughed. Real soft. I don't care. Thinking about last night made my face burn. We hadn't gone all the way, but close enough. So not exactly a lie. Victor, meanwhile, was back to Ice King mode. Work first, everything else second. Terrifyingly professional. I texted my best friend. What do guys do after kissing if they regret it? Cold, distant, pretend it never happened. Bestie. Wait, Victor Shen kissed you? Bestie. Further? Me. Almost. Assistant called. Bestie. Round 2. Second time smoother. I was still plotting when Victor spoke. Schedule changed. Gala tonight. Come with? Guilty blink. Sure, I'll pick you up. Small, elegant business dinner. 8 heavy hitters. Plus one's welcome. Jason and Lauren were there. Victor walked in, every head turned. President Shen finally shows off his fiancée. Only Jason stayed seated, eyes locked on me like lasers. Lauren looked ready to spit venom. Sparks flew between the two men without a word. Victor smiled lazily. Took a long time to get my way. Laughter erupted. No wonder you never dated. You were waiting for her. Been in love since college. He said it flat out. Took my hand, sat me directly across from Jason. Air crackled. Jason sneered. College? Then why weren't you together? She didn't want you. Room went awkward. Everyone looked at me. I scratched my head, innocent. My eyesight was terrible back then. Needed a good doctor. Table exploded. She got treated. Victor actually laughed out loud. Jason's face turned to stone. Talk shifted to deals. People toasted Victor left and right. He barely drank until one CEO raised a glass. To 100 years of happiness. Victor drank. Every toast after ended the same way. He never refused again. Watching his glass empty, I tugged his sleeve. Slow down. He looked at me, eyes soft from alcohol. Only then, sorry, no more tonight. My wife's not happy. Laughter. Cheers. He was in a rare good mood. Peeled shrimp for me with those beautiful hands. Perfect pieces landed in my bowl. Too much. He just hummed. I wiped his fingers with a wet towel. He went completely still, staring at our hands. Then Lauren spoke. Sophia and I were classmates. Attention shifted. She smiled, sugar-coated poison. Soph was so pretty, always surrounded by guys. Teachers loved her, always top priority for everything. She was really something. Praise on the surface, knives underneath. Victor didn't defend me. People started side-eyeing. I smiled sweetly. I work at Rongxing now, product R&D. Silence. Lauren went pale. Wait, Rongxing, the NASDAQ robotics unicorn? Yup. Table erupted again. I shrugged. Double majored, switched for grad school. You probably didn't know. Impressed murmurs. Told you she wasn't just a pretty face. Lauren forced a smile that looked painful. Someone waved it off. Extracurriculars don't matter at Rongxing. They want results. If you've got no talent, no professor wastes favoritism on you. Lauren looked like she'd been slapped. The rest of the night became an accidental PR campaign for my company. When we left, Jason followed us out. Called my name. I cut him off. Sorry, we're very selective with partners. People who'd ruin lives over 20 grand? Not our type. Victor's quiet laugh was the best sound I'd heard all week. Driver took us to Victor's penthouse. Door opened. He leaned against the frame and didn't move. I tugged, "Come in." He stepped closer, lifted my chin, kissed me, wine and heat. His hand slid to the small of my back. My legs gave out. He caught me. All day. Just wanted this. Victor, wait. He scooped me up, carried me straight to the bedroom, dropped me on the bed. Shoes. He knelt, caged me, brushed my hair back, kept kissing. Heartbeat insane. I looped arms around his neck. You're drunk. Kiss on my collarbone. Gasped. He stared at you all night. Hand tight on my waist. Bragged you danced for him. Jealous. I nearly laughed. You were there too. Yeah. Sigh against my skin. Saw it. Still mad I didn't look longer. Ears pink from alcohol. Collar open. Throat moving with every breath. Lipstick smudged, ridiculously hot. I was on fire. Fingers found his shirt buttons. If you want, I can dance again. He froze. Your leg? It's fine. I cupped his face. Bold have whispered against his ear. Know where the soul of that dance is? He gripped my waist hard, pressed me into the mattress. You've got some nerve. Alcohol had shredded his control. I smiled. Want to see? His heartbeat under my palm went wild. He closed his eyes. Voice raw. Yes. Door shut. Breaths tangled in the dark. Long, long night. Morning, 9 a.m. I shot up, thought I was late, leg cramped the second my foot hit the floor. Then I remembered. Weekend. I'd slept in Victor Shen's bed. Room spotless, no trace of last night's chaos. No Victor. Phone buzzed. Message from 30 minutes ago. Beautiful dancing. I wanted to die of embarrassment. Spammed crying emojis. He called instantly, laughing in his voice. Up? Why aren't you home? Work. Background noise, busy. He continued. Keys by the door. Bedroom drawer, marriage certificate, and important docs. Supplementary card inside. Use it. Busy. Talk later. Click. So we were officially living together as a married couple. My stuff still at the old place? Was I supposed to ask? Doorbell. Intercom. His assistant. Miss Shu, President Shen asked if you want your things moved, or we can buy everything new. I opened the door grinning like an idiot. Move everything. Spent the day unpacking. That night, overtime got called. Boss, big Jiang group project, they specifically asked for you. I froze. I'm not. Client request. No choice. I swallowed frustration. Fine. Walking out, phone buzzed. Jason, couple design details, need to meet. I texted Victor. Your cousin is insane. Keeps demanding meetings and I can't say no. Victor, good. That's it? I sighed, booked the cheapest cafe I could find, sent the address, 8 p.m. Jason walked in, scowled at the place. Really? I sipped my coffee. I'm broke. Deal with it. I opened my laptop. Talk fast. He sat, eyes narrowed. Playing dumb? I blinked. About? Deep breath. I want to tell you. Sorry, seat taken? Familiar voice. Victor, every head turned. The cafe's fluorescent lights made him look even more out of place. I lit up. Jason gritted his teeth. See an empty seat? Victor pulled out a chair, sat beside me. Crowded. Sharing. Not a single empty table in sight. Jason laughed angrily. Not a coincidence, right? Can I drink coffee? You don't drink instant. Trying new things. Victor and I both stared at Jason. Translation, any problem? Jason finally snapped, stood, kicked his chair, stormed out. Glass door rattled like it might shatter. I exhaled. Thank God. Victor's eyes crinkled. I threw myself at him. My hero, I'll repay you with my body. He coughed, whispered, too public, home first. The next months were hell. Every design got rejected. Jason and Lauren made my life miserable. Boss kept telling me to endure for the big picture. Office gossip went nuclear. Lauren's the real girlfriend. Sophia took money to be the mistress. Classic homewrecker. I heard it all in the bathroom. Pushed the door open. Talking stopped. They smiled awkwardly. Soph, you're here too? I washed my hands. Who started that? Stammering. Lauren said it. I smiled. Oh, that afternoon, delivery guy walked into Jiang Group HQ, set a playing voice recorder on the front desk. Recipient, Lauren Lin. Her own words from the gala, broadcast to the entire lobby. 2 years you chased him. I slept with him every night. Actually, the third party was you. By the time Lauren sprinted downstairs, the whole company knew. Her new nickname, Green Hat Connoisseur. Few days later, Jason's older sister, Danielle Jiang, asked to meet. Got straight to it. With your current skill set, you're not ready to lead this project. I'm replacing you. Sharp eyes, younger than I expected, but radiated power. I nodded. You're right. She blinked. You're not going to fight me? Removing me is best for both companies. I laid every rejected design in front of her. Jason's killed over a dozen of my plans. His notes are petty and amateur. If we keep going like this, we both bleed money. She studied me. He's the one harassing you. I nodded. She laughed. Cold. Pathetic. Still insists you're begging him for the contract. I only care about the family empire. I smiled. I understand. She extended her hand. Danielle Jiang. Sophia Xu. Pleasure. I spent all morning walking her through my vision. She was brilliant. We finished a solid draft in hours. Some parts were beyond me yet. I told her straight. She looked at me with respect. Lead changes, you stay on the team. That's non-negotiable. I bowed. Thank you. I'll give everything. Walking out, Danielle said casually, heard about the recording. Whole company's talking, I winced. Sorry for the drama. She laughed. No drama. You think I'm on Jason's side? I stopped. What? She smirked. There can only be one heir. Want to help me bury him? I pretended to think. So, partnership where Jason suffers? Danielle grinned. Exactly. I stuck out my hand. Deal. Soph? Victor's voice. He leaned against his car, waiting. Danielle raised a brow. You know him? Victor walked over, offered his hand to Danielle. Hello, her husband. Danielle looked between us, sighed dramatically. You're married. Yes. Ice in his voice. Danielle recovered fast. See you soon, Soph. Car pulled away. I turned to Victor. You know Danielle. He opened the passenger door for me. Get in. I slid in, suspicious. Old friends? He started the car. Don't overthink. At home, I wasn't letting it go. Pushed him onto the couch. Was she an ex? He sighed. Sophia Chu, what exactly is in your head? I pouted. You're mine now. Kissed him. He laughed softly. Then feed your husband for picking you up. TV flicked on accidentally. Entertainment news ticker. Jiang Harris, Danielle Jiang, spotted leaving hotel with mystery woman. Danielle? Just friends. I shot up. Wait. Victor closed my mouth gently. Both Jiang siblings are headaches. Project flew after that. Late autumn, R&D over halfway. One morning saying goodbye outside my office, Lauren was waiting. She looked like hell. Thin, hair fried, eyes swollen, blocked my path. Soph, help me? I went on guard. What happened? Tears. Can you tell everyone that recording was fake? That you edited it? I stepped back. Are you serious? She clutched her hands. I know I was wrong. Everyone's laughing at me. I looked at her. Will you admit you forged documents and stole that scholarship? She went white. I can't, my reputation. I cut her off. You started the war. Deal with the fallout. Few weeks later, Jiang Group imploded. Jason Jiang fired. Danielle took over as chairwoman. First thing she did? Invited Victor and me to dinner. Sat down, handed me a bouquet. Thank you. Victor took the flowers with a huff. Danielle ignored him. If not for your viral post, I wouldn't have won so fast. Turned out Danielle had been collecting ammo for years. Found messages between her stepmom and Lauren. The 20 grand came from stepmom's account. With proof, I wrote a long post. Went nuclear. Truth finally out. Lauren and stepmom turned on each other. Danielle watched them burn. Oh, Jason's in deeper shit now. I leaned in. Spill. Smirk. Lauren's pregnant. Was practically engaged. But after your post, she fought with my stepmom. I gasped. Pregnant? Danielle nodded. No ring coming, so she tried to shake Jason down for cash. He's been brainwashed, thinks everyone wants his money. Lost it, dragged her to a clinic and forced an abortion. Now she's suing him. I shivered. That's a crime. Danielle's smile was pure ice. Ever since my stepmom married in, my family's been hell. Jason in prison. Finally some peace. No wonder Lauren had looked like a ghost. Danielle eyed me. Girl, your taste in men used to be tragic. Why didn't you pick Victor in college? I glanced back. Victor on the phone, brows pinched, but eyes on me. I coughed. He was scary cold. Thought he hated me. Danielle laughed like she knew a secret. We've been friends since we were kids. She pulled out a small box. Wedding gift. Not heavy. I started to open. She stopped me. At home. My brain went straight to lingerie. Face burned. Knock, knock. Victor at the window. Time to go. I hugged the box and bolted. In the car, I guarded it like gold. He glanced, amused. What is it? None of your business. Then mumbled. Only I can open it. He hummed, fighting a smile. Home. I shoved him into the bathroom. Shower. Snuck to the balcony. Opened the box. No lingerie. Old camcorder and memory card. Curious, I popped it in. Over a dozen clips. First one, 10-year-old boy in a birthday hat. Face cold as ice. Happy birthday, little Victor. Thanks. Wish. None. Chubby cheeks getting pinched. Danielle behind the camera laughing. Next clips, Victor growing up. Always alone. Always cold. Every year, Danielle asked the same question. Every year, no wish. Until the last clip. Right before graduation. Danielle, this year's wish? Victor looked straight into the lens. For the first time, marry someone. Danielle teased. You sure you can? He didn't blink. I'm sure. I glanced at the date. I was still with Jason. Bathroom water had stopped ages ago. Heart dropped. I turned. Victor leaned in the doorway. Eyes deep, unreadable. I swallowed. When did you? Whole time. Bathrobe. Casual. But the look in his eyes, predator who'd watched prey walk into a trap. I clutched the camcorder. So, anything to say? He walked over slowly. Nothing to explain. Backed me against the railing. City lights below, osmanthus thick in the air. Guess you finally know. Voice low, lazy. Leaned in, kissed my ear. Hot. You hadn't even broken up with him. Soft laugh. I never claimed to be a good guy. I squeaked. That was wrong. He bit my earlobe, gently. No one taught me manners. Sorry. Zero remorse, all possession. I said when I came home, you were already at the airport? He played with my hair. What? Let you run back to him? Not that generous. Then, voice dropping. Look at me. Moonlight spilled over us. Golden osmanthus petals drifted down. He kissed me, time folded. Years ago, autumn gala. I danced under the osmanthus tree, dress fluttering. One warm petal brushed his fingers. He'd kept it. All this time, he opened his hand. A tiny dried osmanthus flower rested in his palm, quiet, waiting for me.